So in this video, we want to talk about resetting passwords. At the moment, if we go to our login page of our application, we don't have any way for the users to reset their passwords if they forget it. So we want to add a link here, then go through the process of implementing password reset. So let's start by going to the documentation in Laravel 11 and just take this step by step. First, we need to make sure our model is prepared. We need to check if our user model is using the notifiable trait as well as can reset password contract. So let's go to our project, open user model and check if we have those traits and contract. We do have the notifiable trait, but we don't have can reset password contract. So we can implement that just by adding it after must verify email, and I want to say can reset password. That needs to be imported up here. So that's the first step, and we can close this one. Next, we want to check if our database is ready. So we need to have a table for reset token, and by default Laravel will include that table when we install a fresh Laravel application. But to make sure, we can go to this migration file, create users table, and see if it's there. Let's go there, create users table migration file. Right here we have password reset tokens, which has 3 columns. And if we check our database tables, we have that table right here too. Alright, so that is in terms of preparing our model and database. Next, we want to create our routes and forms and handlers. So we need 4 routes, and we are going to start with the simplest one, which is just a get route for showing the form. So I'm just going to copy this route and go back to our project, open web.php, and at the very bottom I'm just going to paste it. So we have a get route which goes to forgot password, and it is simply returning a view. So we can either change this to a view function or create a controller for it and have all these functions within that. Now I do want to have a controller, but I think for this simple view route I prefer to use the view function, just like what we did with the previous routes. So I'm going to change this to view. That means I don't need this function anymore, but I do need to create this view. So I'm just going to cut the name out of here, delete this function, and paste that back. So we have the URL and the view and the middleware and the name. Now we can also delete this middleware guest because we have a group up here, and we can just move this whole thing inside this group so we don't have to repeat ourselves. So let's create this template first. Under our resources, views, and then auth, I'm going to create a new file, call it forgotpassword.blade.php, and all we need in this template is a form with an email input field. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab everything from login and just paste it here, and then go through it and modify it the way I want. For the title, we can just say request a password reset email. We don't have a route for the action, so let's just delete that. We do need an email field, but we don't need password or this checkbox or this error message, so I'm going to delete all of it. And for the button, I'm just going to say submit or request. So now we have the Blade template, we have a route, and we just have to create a link for it. Let's go to login template, and at the very bottom I have this remember me checkbox. I'm going to just modify this div and have a link here that would go to route and password request. And for the text, I want to say forgot your password with a question mark. Now I want to wrap this in a div, then apply some classes to the wrapper. So flex, justify between, items center, save it. Let's go back to our project and see how this looks. And there it is. This is our link. I just want to change the color so we know it's a link. So let's just turn it blue. There we go. This is our link. So if I click on this one, we get our request password reset email page. So this is our first route. Now let's go back to the documentation. We need a handler for this form submission, and in the documentation we have this route. So let's just copy it and go back to web.php and paste it under this view route. So now for this one I want to have a controller, so let's just go to the terminal and create a new controller. So let's say php artisan make controller, and let's call it reset password controller. So now let's open it in our project, and we want to move this function to that controller. So I'm going to cut all of this, go back to the controller and say public, paste that function, and then give it a name. So for the naming, I'm going to use the name of the route for the name of the function. So this is password email. So I'm going to call this password email, and then we will come back to this in a moment. Let's just finish up this route. We have a post route that goes to the same URI as this form, and we want to now import our reset password controller, and the function that is going to handle it we called password email. And we can get rid of the middleware and the name since it is the same URI, and we can use the same route up here for our form. So now this post route looks a lot simpler. So let's go back to the controller and see what does this function do. So this is a typical form submission handler. We have our request object imported and we validate the input field, which for us is just an email. And I want to turn this into an array. We have an email that is required and it needs to be email. Then we are using the password facade. So we need to import it from support facade. And we have a send reset link function that needs an email, and that's why we are passing it down here. And then we save the return of this statement into this status. And then we check if the return type was successful and the reset link was sent to the user, we return back with a status message and whatever the message is. For example, the email was sent, but if there was an error, we show the error under the email input field. So we have this status message that we need to show on our page if it exists. So let's add this to our template. I'm going to go to dashboard because we have session messages here, and I'm going to copy these, and in forgot password blade template, under the title, I'm going to paste that session messages and delete this else if statement and change the key to status. So if we have a status message, we will see it up here and it should be green since we said this flash message background by default is green. And you notice in this function, we are not checking our database at any point to see if this email exists at all. And that's because this password contract would automatically look into our users table and see if this email actually exists and if the user has an account. So then they would get the email. But if it doesn't exist, we will see an error that says the email doesn't exist. So we don't have to manually go inside our database and check if the user exists. And of course, you can read all about these functions in the documentation. You notice here they are talking about localization, and this status message that we see here with this double underscore syntax is for the localization. So if you had other languages, you wouldn't have to change these. It would automatically pick up on that language. Anyway, let's go back and continue with our routes. We need another get route that would show the reset password form, and it has a dynamic token. Let's just copy this and we'll see what it does. So back to our web.php, I'm going to paste that route. It is a get route that goes to reset password and / token. And we have a callback function that is accepting that token and is returning a view. So we need to create this reset password, and it is passing down the token to that view so we can use it in our form. So first, let's delete this middleware. And then I'm going to move this function into our controller since this has a token and I don't want to use a view function here. So let's cut this, go back to our controller, just add public, then paste that function. Let's give it a name, password reset, and let's just leave it here and go back to the web.php and add our controller. So again, reset password controller class and the function that we called password reset. Okay, so now let's go back to our controller. So this function is returning a view reset password. Let's create this one first. In our resources, views, auth, create a new file, call it resetpassword.blade.php. And in this view, we need a form with 4 fields, a hidden input field that would have this token, an email, and password, and a password confirmation. So what I'm going to do, go to register since we have all these fields here and copy everything from register and paste it inside reset password. So for the title, I want to say reset your password. For the route, I want to leave it empty. And I also want to delete this X data, which is part of Alpine.js. So we don't want that here. And we don't want username. We do need an email and a password confirmation, but we don't need this subscribe section. And for the button, I want to delete this xref and the text should say reset password. Now this form needs to be validated using that token that we are sending down to the view. And we can do that by providing a hidden input, set the name to token and the value to the token that we get from the controller or the route. All right. And all of this is available in the documentation. You can see that they explain we need to have a form with all those fields and a hidden token field. So we've already done all of this. This is the form that the user will see when they click on the link in their email. All right, so this is our password reset get route. We need one last route to handle this form submission. So go back to the documentation and we are going to grab all of this code, which is the handler for password reset. Then go back to our web.php and paste it here. So first thing I want to do to cut this function and move it to our controller. So select the whole function, cut it, go back to controller and just say public, paste that function and give it a name password update. All right, let's leave it as it is. back to our routes, we have this post route that goes to reset password, and the handler for this is coming from our password reset controller and the method we called password update. Again, we can delete this middleware, and I'm going to keep the name as password update. Alright, so we have two forms that needs to be submitted, and one of them goes through password update, the other one goes through password request. First, let's go to forgot password blade template. For the action of our form, we want to say route and then use password request. Next, we want to go to reset password blade template. For the action of our form attribute, we want to use route and then password update. Now let's go back to the controller and see what does this last function do. So again, we are submitting a form. So we are accepting the request object and then we validate the input fields. We have a token which is required, and that is what we are including here. Then we have an email which is required and it needs to be email, and a password that is required and needs to be confirmed, and I don't need that min rule. And next, we use the same password contract that we used up here. This time, we call the reset method that would take two arguments. The first one is an array of credentials, and so we are passing those credentials down here. And then the second argument is a callback function that would actually reset the password for that specific user. So we accept two parameters here. The first one is the user model. We need to import it. And the second one is a password of type string. Then we want to update that user's password using this hash make password that will make a hashed password based on the string we get from the form. So we need to import this hash from facades, and then we also set the remember me token to a random string. So if our user already has a remember me token, we want to replace that with another random token. And for that, we have str class and then the random function. Now to import this str class, we need to do it manually since VS Code for some reason doesn't recognize this. If we go back to documentation, we need to import this str from support. So let's just add it manually up here so we don't get that error. Then we save the user and we invoke the password reset event. In a real world application, you want to send an email to the user and confirm or notify them that their password was changed. So you can use this event to send emails, or if you have other tasks to perform. First, let's import it. So it's from auth events, and you can create listeners that would listen to this event and perform certain tasks. And we already covered events and listeners in the previous video. And then at the end, again, we have the status, which is the return of this statement. And if that was successful, if the password was successfully reset, we are redirected to the login page with a status message. But if there was an error, we would go back to the same page and we will show the message under the email field. So we need to add this status session message to our login page. We already have this piece of code in forgot password, so I'm just going to copy it. Again, open login template and just paste it under the title. So we don't need to change anything since our key is called the status. That's all we have to do, and if we've done everything correctly, this should work. So first we need to make sure we actually have a user, and I don't think I have a user. Right now I have no users. So first thing I want to do is to create one. I'm going to use this information and also want to subscribe, press register, and of course we need to verify our email. And if we check mail trap, we should have two emails, one for newsletter subscribers and the verify email. So I am going to verify this by clicking on the link. And now let's log out and go to log in, but let's say I forgot my password. So click on forgot your password. Now we need to enter our email. So if I add an email that doesn't exist in our database and press submit, we get this error that cannot find a user with that email address, of course. So that works properly. But if I add my email, which exists, and press submit, it will take some time because it is sending an email. So we can add that JavaScript bit of code to this form that shows we are waiting for something. If that was successful, we see we have emailed your password reset link. That means in Mailtrap, we should have a new email. There it is. That says reset password notification, which is the Laravel template, and we have a button. And if we click on this, we are redirected to the form we created. Now, before actually resetting the password, if we inspect this form, you notice we have a hidden input with the name token and a value which is just a random string. So now let's try to reset our password. If I add my email and let's change it so it doesn't exist and some password that don't match, press reset. We see the passwords don't match. So let's make a password that does match and press reset. We get the email doesn't exist. So we need to re-enter it, and with a new password, press reset. We are redirected to login with a status message saying your password has been reset. So if I try to log in with my previous password, I get an error. But if I try the new password, I am back to dashboard. So it does work. But before we end this video, I want to show you something else. If we go back to our database and select everything from password reset tokens, you notice we have 0 entries at the moment. But let's go back to our website and log out, then try to reset the password again. So I'm going to use the same user, press submit, and we get an email. But before going through the process of resetting the password, if we check our reset tokens table again, you notice now we have an entry that is associated with that email. And when we go through the process and we reset the password, this would be deleted. And one last thing I want to do, just add some JavaScript to this form because we are sending an email. So I'm going to close everything except forgot password template. And in my layout, I have this JavaScript code with comments that says how we can use it. So we need to add these attributes to our form tag. So I'm going to copy them and add it here. Then we need to add xref to our button. So I'm just going to copy that as well and add it to the button down here. So now if I try to request another email and press submit, now we have this nice waiting indication. So that's all about resetting the password with Laravel. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. See you at the next one.